Well, hello y'all. How y'all are today? Today is just an update video letting you know how things have been going, uh, health-wise and my move-wise. Health-wise, I've been doing pretty good. Uh, I've had a little chest congestion here the last couple of days. I need to start taking some Mucinex or something and break that up. But my move-wise, I tell you what, it just ain't nothing been going good. I mean, I've had anxiety about this move for some reason. But anytime that everything just falls into place and goes right, it seems like that's a bad decision. Once I get to where I'm going, you know, it was a bad decision to make. Now this move, I felt anxiety about the whole move. Generally when I'm going to move, I get it in my mind I'm going to move, I pack up, I move, no problem. This time, I'm dragging my heels on boxing my stuff up. I'm looking at the calendar saying, oh, I got a week. Well, I got it, now it's down to 3 days. I was supposed to move the 3rd of the 4th. Get paid on the 3rd. So I was hoping to be out of here on the 3rd of the 4th, because I can't rent the trailer till the 4th or the 3rd. So, last Sunday, I was going to go up to Michelle's to see my grandson. He was in town. And go out, get my truck, and I start over to Michelle's house, and I notice my low fuel light comes on. Well, I've had a belt that's been squealing for the longest. I just changed it about 6 months ago, but they gave me the wrong belts. But instead of fighting with AutoZone, I just went ahead and put them on there. And they was the ones with the little Humpty Doos in them. And I took it back and I said, this is the wrong belt. I need the regular V belt, not this serpentine belt. Well, that's what the computer says is fits your truck. It must be an upgrade, yada, yada, yada. So I said, okay. I was tired of messing with them, so I took the belts and put them on. Well, ever since I put them on, they've been squealing. So anyway, I get my truck to go last Sunday, and the belt's squealing its ass off, and so I rev it up, and it makes it stop squealing. So I make it over to the gas station, no problem. Runs fine. Pull up the gas station pump. Oh, excuse me. Turn it off, fill it up, talk to my granddaughter. She pulled in, got some gas. She takes off, and I told her, well, I'll follow you up there. Get in my truck, starts, dies. Crank it, starts, dies. Crank it, starts, dies. As long as I hold the ignition to crank, it'll stay running. But as soon as I let off the key, it dies. So I thought, well, that seems like maybe some kind of electrical problem. So I'm going to check the fuses. Well, I checked the ones in the dash. They was good. Then I went out underneath the hood, was checking them, and they seemed to be all right. And I looked down, and the damn alternator belts broke. I said, oh, what else can go frickin' wrong? So anyway, I text Dakota and I tell him, I said, well, bud, I ain't gonna make it. My truck broke down and I'm stranded here at the station. So Michelle sent her boyfriend over to pick me up and take me home. Next day, he comes back with my grandson. They load my truck on this flatbed and bring it over here and drop it off. So, this weather hasn't been the best here in Colorado. It's been kind of chilly here last week. Week before last, beautiful weather, in the 70s. This week, it's been, or this past week, it's been chilly and spitting rain, and then day before yesterday, it snowed its ass off. We had 8 or 10 inches of snow. The next day, it almost melted all off. Get up this morning, it's kind of spitting snow again. So I can't get out there to change this belt. And my low fuel light is on. It won't go off. But I think it's my fuel pump. That's where it's acting the same as it did when I first got the truck, except when I first got my truck, at least it would run. Now, it won't even run. I mean, I changed the fuel filter, and you crank it, it'll run for about 3 or 4 seconds and die. Crank it, 3 or 4 seconds and die. Crank it, 3 or 4 seconds and die. So I'm thinking, well, the fuel pump is working somewhat, or it wouldn't be having the fuel pressure to put the fuel in it each time to crank it for 3 or 4 seconds. But it must be, I must have let it get too low and it sucked up some trash or something. So I got 3 alternatives. One, I can do it like I did the first time, and that's drain the fuel out of it and drop the tank and change it. Or 2, I can cut a hole in the floor of my pickup above the fuel tank and take it out that way, which I think is the way I'm going to go. Or 3, I could unbolt the bolts on my bed, take them off the left side, and just unscrew them practically all the way off on the other side, just tilt it up to where I can get to it. But I think that'd be too much work. So I'm just going to have somebody cut a hole in my bed, change the fuel pump, and then put another piece of metal over it, because I got a bed liner. It's about a ½ inch thick rubber bed liner in my truck. So, if I put that plate back and put that bed liner on top of it, that way if it ever goes out again, at least I won't have to worry about it. But the weather hasn't been cooperating. It's snowed, so I got a bed full of snow now. It's got to melt off before they can even do it, and I got a bunch of junk in the back that needs to be taken out. So anyway, I am not in a good mood. It's like Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong has been going wrong. But I do want to say that I do appreciate all the concern people have shown me, dropping me notes and stuff, asking about how I'm doing and how whatever. And a special thanks to Joe's Neon and Seth in Memphis. They keep calling me and seeing how I'm doing and checking in on me and so I want to thank them for that. But that's what's happening in my world, folks. I'm trying to stay in good spirits, But I got the problem now with it's rent time, and the lady knows I'm moving, but I can't afford to pay rent and move too, and I can't afford to get my truck fixed and move too. Well, my caregiver's son is going to fix my truck. She said he's not going to charge me, but I'm just not that kind of person. If you work for me, you're going to get paid somehow. I done give two of my boats away to her sons because to help me move. I told them if they would come over and help me move, I'd give them the one-man boat and the pontoon boat and just keep my two-man boat for myself. I got some other stuff that I can barter with, you know, like a 3-horsepower motor and a 52 horsepower trolling motor and electric guitar and amp and some tools and stuff like that, you know. But, oh Lord, I'm just, you know, it's just hard not to get depressed about this shit, but I'm trying to stay positive. So anyway, y'all, I just, you know, I didn't want to make this video would get sympathy or anything like that. Just out of courtesy, you know, to my viewers, you know, wanting to know what's going on and how I'm doing. So everything will work out, you know. It is what it is, so I gotta just keep on keeping on. So y'all have a good day now. God bless. Love y'all. We'll talk at you later now. Bye-bye.